G'day, welcome to PopYaCulture. Today we are launching our channel and this is my first video. Sorry it's a bit rough, a bit rushed, probably not the best editing, best audio, all the best camera work. I came to a realization I've been trying to work on this channel and build it up and get everything right exactly how I want. But I came to the realization that if I just didn't start making videos and putting them up, that I was never going to get there. So, PopYaCulture. It's going to be a pop culture news channel. We're going to bring you things that are coming out, talk about things, speculate, go over top 10s, things you like. I want to hear from you guys. I want to know the things you want to see in a pop culture channel. Last night I saw Suicide Squad, the DC comic adaptation of the DC comic, obviously, but done by Warner Brothers and Roadshow Cinemas. The comic book originally came out in 1959, and it wasn't actually what this movie's about. It was loosely similar, but it was more about an espionage thing going on like in the 1950s. It wasn't until 1987 when they rethought the comic book and they went down the path of what the movie premises is, of getting superpowered villains or super skilled villains and putting a bomb in their neck after they've been imprisoned and saying, if you want to get out earlier, you'll have to fight for us, you'll have to fight against the bad guys, and do missions that are virtually suicide, hence why they become called Suicide Squad. So I saw the movie last night. I've been seeing all around the internet, the reviews are terrible. They've been just smashing this movie, saying it's just the worst thing. I think Rotten Tomatoes is like 33% or something. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't Batman vs Superman. It was a lot better than Batman vs Superman. It was a bit corny, and it was very 90s sort of feel, maybe a little bit of almost Big Trouble in Little China kind of feel. The best thing about this was that they took the comic source material and they just put it on the screen. They made very little alterations. The characters were pretty much exactly what was coming off on the comic book page. They just brought them straight onto the screen. So that was really good for myself, someone who's really into the comic books and has followed them for a long time. Actually seeing those comic books characters just as they are, and exactly how I imagined them in real life. So that aspect of the movie was fantastic. Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, fantastic. She couldn't have nailed the character better. She did a brilliant job. And in fact, herself and Will Smith's character, who he was cast as Deadshot, who isn't really that great of a character. He's okay. He's just this assassin that never misses, and really didn't have much character to him. And I was like, oh my god, they're casting Will Smith as Deadshot? That just seems like a waste. Like, how's he going to deal with that? But Will Smith breathed life into Deadshot, made that character lovable, made him awesome, and that's the best Deadshot I've ever seen. And it's Deadshot and Harley Quinn that completely carry this movie. But the movie starts off great. As we get going, it starts to get a bit messy, and I can see for people who are not really into the comic books and not really know who all the characters are, there's a lot of information to consume. They're just flooding people in there. There's people coming in, one after another. And although the movie does a pretty good job of explaining and introducing each of the characters individually, you start to be like, oh my god, we're going to get on with the storyline, this is a character dossier run-off. But either way, each individual character's individual introduction is quite great. Like, they've done them really well, they didn't go for too long, and they really hit the character pretty hard, focusing primarily on Deadshot and Harley Quinn as our main two antagonists. Protagonists, anyway. Amanda Waller, who works for the government, played by Viola Davis, who you may know from How to Get Away with Murder, couldn't have been casted better. She nailed the character to the T. Her ruthlessness comes through brilliantly. She just absolutely owned the character, and she truly adds a unique aspect to the movie. Pops up Rick Flag, and he is a commando unit, and he has been employed by Amanda Waller to be the leader of the Suicide Squad, played by Joel Kinnaman. Now, for a lack of a better term, he's kind of a bit of a B-grade actor. He just really didn't sell the character. It did feel like Deadpool meets Guardians of the Galaxy / Big Trouble in Little China. And the main storyline wasn't overly original, but it is the actors in this that carried the movie. And Robbie and Will Smith wasn't in this movie, it would be a complete flop. Were great, like the Joker and Amanda Waller. Those characters were fantastic, but they weren't big in the movie. They were sort of more of a minor role. Captain Boomerang. Courtney playing Captain Boomerang, an Australian supervillain. Captain Boomerang's like almost racist in some instance, but anyway, never a really great character in the comic books, and he tangos with the Flash a lot. He's one of his villains. Courtney, really funny, added an extra element in there. It's pretty good. So, in wrapping up, for the movie of Suicide Squad, I'm going to give it 2.5 kapows out of 5. Good action movie with a bit of light-hearted jokes. Just a beat 'em up, good action sequences, some good fight sequences, and some really flashy costumes that really ring true to what the characters are. Go and see it, And if you're into this genre, get out there and see this movie. Because the more we see these movies, the more we're going to get, and the more I feel Warner Brothers is on the right track now. And even seeing the Justice League and Wonder Woman trailers, I think they're learning their lessons with the mistakes they've made with Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman. So worth a watch, well and truly. Like I said, 2.5 kapows, and yeah, that's it for Suicide Squad. So that was our first video of PopYaCulture. Like I said, it was a bit rough, and I apologise for that. And I just want to get this out there. I'm going to start getting these videos up on YouTube on the channel. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to at least try and do 1 a week. Hopefully I'll knock that up to 2 soon. I'll get a better setup, and we'll get there. So feel free to leave comments below. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. The link should be there. And subscribe. Please subscribe. With this channel is that I want to make this for you, like for the people that are going to follow me, and I want to know what you want to see on these type of channels, because one of the reasons I'm doing this is I find that a lot of the pop culture channels, they'll either go on for a few hours talking about a lot of things and you only want to know one thing, or they don't really get to the point with a lot of things. It's below. Let me know things that you want to see on a pop culture channel. Like, do you want to see like top 10s? And then we can like discuss them in the comments. I am going to be doing some of those sort of things. I'm going to be doing like speculations on what's going to happen in these movies. I'm also going to do what they should have done to fix things. I'm also not just going to be covering movies. I'm going to be covering games and collectibles and all that sort of thing. So let me know what other things like that you're into. Yeah. And please give me some feedback on how you think it went and everything too. And for the trolls, please at least make it constructive. Otherwise I'm just going to ignore you. But constructive criticism totally came through. So that's PopYaCulture. We'll be returning soon. Thank you very much for watching. Like I said, please like us, follow us, and subscribe. I'm Cheno, your host, and I'll see you next time.